I just wrapped up my Instagram video for the new series that I'm making, Building a Life That I Don't Need to Escape. I'm excited for it. I love using this camera. I mean, this thing is beautiful. I love speaking about things that are important to me. And I feel like where I'm at in life, a lot of people are in. I mean, I think I've experienced some things that a lot of people don't because they're like really niche, I'm not gonna lie. But where I'm at in life, so many young men are in. So many young people are in, but especially young men, where you feel like you've been building yourself and this character for months, years, but you haven't found that thing. And for me, I think the path you got to do is you have to choose the thing that you're passionate about. And for me, like, I've never been passionate about certain business aspects. Like, I've never been passionate about making money just to make money. So sales, marketing, all those kinds of businessy things I've never been passionate about, but I've always been passionate about creating an adventure. And with social media, with documentation, you have the ability to actually monetize that. You have the ability to monetize that and then also start some business where you can inspire others. Maybe that looks like a coaching business for me, or a small group business for me with men, and I guide them into building their character and everything like that. I don't know, but I trust God in the process. And the way that I see it, and the way that I hope you guys see things that you're passionate about in life, is like the only thing that can not allow this to happen is it just simply not being in God's plan. It wouldn't be you not committing on what you need to commit on. It's just, okay, if this didn't work out, it's not because I didn't work hard enough. It's not because I didn't go all in. It's simply because God didn't have it in his plans. If that's the case, then that's the case, and I'll be content with it. But by no means am I going to allow this to happen by my own laziness or lack of commitment, because I've grown so much in the past year and I've committed to being the businessman that I need to be. But now it's like, okay, you got to get serious about what that business is going to be. And my mentor always tells me, like, you got to be delusional. You have to believe and see things that other people aren't going to see in yourself or a future that you could have. I mean, most people wouldn't imagine that this could be a future, but I believe that it could be a future because I think that there's many people out there that feel unseen, that feel overlooked, that could use this type of guidance and this type of message. And I want to do that. That's fulfilling to me. It's not fulfilling to me to do regular marketing, no matter the amount of money, or do the regular this, that, or the other. And so, yeah. And then just some thoughts that I'm thinking about. So I'm reading through Deuteronomy right now, and I just read Deuteronomy 2 and 3 and 4 now. And something really wise that I found was that God not allowing Moses to get to the promised land because he was trying to help his people out of God's direct command was actually doing both Moses and the people a favor, because in a way Moses was acting like God. Moses was acting like a deity. And if God would have allowed Moses to go into the promised land with the people and all of that kind of stuff, it would have not set God apart in the way that he needs to be set apart. And it would have put Moses in a position that he didn't want to be in and he shouldn't have been in. And it wouldn't have allowed the people to pursue God in the way that they needed to, because there's just a distraction with Moses being there in that way. And so God was merciful in not actually allowing Moses to go into the promised land in that way. The Bible talks about it, and I thought that was so wise, because when I grew up and I heard about how Moses wasn't allowed, I was like, damn, like that sucks for him. But it's actually like a really good thing that God did for Moses, for the people, for his plan. And it's the way that I want to kind of view my life, is like whatever God has in plan for me, I just want to follow it. God is never going to tell you your future. Like, he's never going to tell you where you're going to end up. He will tell you your next step to take. Those passions, I talk about this a lot, but the passions that he puts on your heart are specifically put on your heart for a reason. And so you need to pursue that with your whole might. Who knows where that's going to take you, but God is putting on that on your heart for a reason. And so you need to trust in that, and you need to fully pursue that as hard as you can. And take a risk, especially if you're young. Like, the way I see it is, if you take a risk that some people see as like insane and just way unnecessary, so what? Like, if it doesn't work out for you, then you just figure it out. Especially when you're young, you can just get a job if you have to, a regular 9 to 5 to cover your expenses and your means. But if you never chase a dream, you're always going to regret it. And that's just the truth of it. And so many people, when they're young, are scared to take risks. And when you realize that's the only time you really can take risks, that's the safest time you can take a risk. A risk is never safe, but the safest time you can do it. But also this, I heard this the other day. This was crazy. Is it safe to really bet on the normal route that so many things are taking over? Machinery is taking over so many jobs. Freaking computer science, all these things. AI is taking over everything. Things have never, like the safe route has never been so unsafe. And the best thing you can do is develop skills that you're passionate about, that make you feel confident, that make you stand out, that you can capitalize on and really set yourself up to be different. Because God has set us to be apart. He has set us apart from the worldly things so that we can be special, because each one of us has a specific plan that we're meant to pass on. And so if we're not taking advantage of those risks, those desires, those things put on our hearts, and we're just trying to go with a safe means that isn't even meaningful to us, you're never going to be living. You're always going to be just getting by, counting the days off, hoping for a day when you get to that point that you're proud of. And that's just never going to happen. You're never going to get to a point when you're proud of if you didn't actually take the risk. How is that going to happen? It's like a person hoping they lose weight, but they're too afraid to go to the gym. They're too afraid to go outside and do a walk. They're too afraid to spend a little bit extra money to buy the healthy food. It's just not going to happen. Risk is what gets you to where you want to go. And even if it doesn't get you there, risk will make you so much more proud and secure and growing in confidence with yourself than being safe and taking a safe route that means nothing to you ever will. And that's just the truth of it. So I don't have much time on the camera today, but I want you guys to pursue your passions, deeply pursue your passions. For me, I'm pretty kind of like on and off with the scripting, because I don't like to script, because then I just kind of feel robotic, but I know I need to script something. So for you guys, literally put on your calendar when you're gonna do everything. The gym, your job, your side passion, whatever it is, time with people. Put it on a calendar so that your mind and your brain can like only focus on those things for that time being. And when you do that, then you commit to yourself. You see, okay, if I have a side business work block at 11 to 2, that's the only thing you're gonna focus on. And if you skip it, you got it on the calendar as proof. So pursue your passions, and y'all have a great one. Peace.